15 years later, and here we are. I can still remember the morning that Mike Portnoy and Dream Theater split up. It was just crushing. It was a devastating news. I had been a fan of the band since they were about to release Octavarium, so I got to know them with their Live at Budokan live album, with Train of Thought out, and I was just marveled at the speed, the virtuosity, the epicness of the riffs. I was just astounded by it. It got me into producing music, it got me into playing guitar. I was just blown away. And just when I thought it couldn't get any better for me, they released Octavarium. And I still remember being so in love with the sounds, the melodies, the production. I still remember listening to the title track for the first time, that string-based synths with their continuum doing just new sounds for me. It was something new, right? Ever since that day, I've been chasing that same high from new Dream Theater music, or new music for that matter. And then the bar was set so high for me because I was so marveled at this new sounds and new music that I was listening to from this band. And then they just started releasing album after album, and I could never find that same joy, that same astoundingness or marvelousness of the songs. Which, don't get me wrong, I am a huge Dream Theater fan. I know all their Systematic Chaos songs. I know all their Black Clouds and Silver Linings songs. I love the Count of Tuscany, but I find that what we've had ever since Octavarium are just tiny moments of great songs. In the Count of Tuscany, in the Best of Times, and in the Presence of Enemies. Just tiny moments of great music. And when the news came out that Mike Portnoy was leaving the band, the future wasn't certain for them. And I remember being so into the reality show they did with the auditions and the drummers, and I followed it so closely and with such passion, and I was just so convinced by Mike Mangini. And then the unimaginable happened. Something really dramatic happened. A dramatic turn of events came out. And I still remember listening to the opening of On the Backs of Angels, which was a new combination of words even at the title. On the Backs of Angels. What is this magic? What does this word combination mean? And those guitars with the flangers and the huge open soundscape was just... I had found my high again. I had found what I had been searching for in music, in Dream Theater music, ever since Octavarium came out. That album was just a masterpiece. But then, the same thing happened. We started getting new guitar-driven, riff-driven songs without any creative direction, without any concepts. And I don't necessarily mean a concept album, right? But without any concepts in the music. I mean, we know they're great players. We know if you just lock them up in a studio for a month, they're going to come up with something amazing. Because they're great musicians. But what was missing for me was the direction, right? And so what happened was their last album, A View from the Top of the World, that kind of just... it got me real sad. Because we got just more of the same guitar-bass driven, metal-driven thing without any real concept behind the music. I still know and love all their songs, but when the news came that Mike Portnoy, just over a year ago, announced that they were reuniting, I was so confused because Even the storytelling and the creative direction that Mike Portnoy was known for in the band was still missing for me when they announced that. They just, released a press release. I was like, no, you gotta do something more. But I was still real happy for the band and for myself because I wanted to listen to new music by Dream Theater. And we had a whole year, right, to create ourselves with unrealistic expectations. And is Metropolis Part 3 gonna be a thing? And when they started releasing the teasers, we were like, yes, open your eyes. And everyone's opening their eyes in the teasers. And it's gonna be a huge comeback album fan service with Metropolis Part 3. So needless to say, my hopes were yay high for this new album, which is a fantastic context as to why this is not a first time listen reaction video. Because when I first did record that, my reactions were not good, guys, because I was expecting maybe too much from them, and that's on me, because Night Terror is an amazing comeback for the band, and I know that now. So I want to react to this song, having listened to it for a couple of days non-stop, understanding what it's really about. It's a hit single, and not even a hit single. Christ, it's over 9 minutes long. So it's better than The Enemy Inside. It's better than The Gift of Music. It's better than A Rite of Passage, even though I think it has some of the same elements. And that's what happened when I first started listening to the song Night Terror. I was like, this is very similar. We've heard this kind of chord progressions before. We've heard this intervals in the songs before. What can we do that's different? And so I started listening to the song for the first time with that negative headset in mind. It's just a metal song. It's called Night Terror. We didn't get Metropolis Part 3. It's just riff after riff after riff. I couldn't even be excited about Mike Portnoy's drum fills. But now I can see it, and I want to react to it with you guys, having listened to it for a couple of days and really giving it the credit that it deserves. We had all heard that intro from the teasers, right? Up until this point, where it's just welcome back. Even that fill, we've heard it before. But it's them again. That's a good thing. They're just taking it slow, setting up the tone for this parasomniac, sleep, dreamy-induced kind of concept album, which they haven't announced that it will be, but I'm pretty sure it is. And there they are again. The guitar is just so tight, and I love that it's 4/4 standard tuning. They don't need to do any more things. And Mike is leading the song with his drumming. Even that, who does that? He's back. That's a great riff. And here we are in the new Dream Theater 2024. This is it, guys. Mike leading the track again with a musical direction we hadn't really heard before. There he goes. And I love the way in the video that he's just so focused and hitting the particular drums and cymbals. He's just so into it. And there again, I was like, spiders? What are we talking about? But if you hear it, as what it is, a thematic song that's about not being able to sleep and dreaming and, you know, waking up in the middle of the night with a nightmare. That's just so Mike Portnoy. I don't get why Mangini didn't do that for 3-4 albums. I love you, Mike, but come on. I love how it's so wide, like with all the voices, and then that storytelling that Mike does with the cymbals, and then come Jordan. I love that sound. That's his characteristic sound. So aggressive. Hysteria, nocturnal That's so Dream Theater, man. Back to the main riff. Yes. Unexpected, but expected, if you know what I mean. I love how he just cuts the riff and it sounds like something different. Those hi-hats, that's just what we had been missing in the drums. Because how they add to the music, it's just sublime. The vocal harmonies are real disturbing, and I think that was the point, you know? That reminds me a little bit of the Great Debate from 6 Degrees of Turbulence, like how Mike drives the song with the toms. And then another change in the beat. The same theme from before, solidifying the fact that this is indeed a thematic album. He used that riff that fell in the Count of Tuscany, but that's cool because it's like a throwback. And then I love how they changed the tonality, the key, to a lower. And they've done that before. Petrucci said that that's a common songwriting technique they use, but I love it. Plus, it fits more within LeBree's range right now. And we knew we were in for some madness right now. I didn't quite like the idea that Jordan used a Hammond organ, to be honest, but then when you think about the context of the song, that makes sense, right? Because it's a creepy, dark, Halloween-y kind of thing. So, I can see it. Those fills, man, just right on point. This is Mike's time to shine. And here it comes. Wait for it. Here it is. That's just so Mike Portnoy, man, so badass. It's crazy shit, man. Again, the hi-hat's leading the song. The bass note just, you know, solidifying stuff here. I love that part. It reminds me of the guitar solo in Sacrificed Sons from Octavarium. It's very grandiose sounding. And then just Mike going crazy, man. Something's about to happen. Something's about to happen. Come on, come on. We knew it was coming, right? Not like that, but we knew something was gonna happen. This is amazing. Complete madness. And we're back. They are back. Dream Theater is back with Mike Portnoy. Just That reminds me a little bit about from to Endless Sacrifice, you know, that kind of crazy, just I was never really a fan of the kind of dissonant guitar modes he uses, but I guess it's again part of the song. We once again get creative direction because it's supposed to be upsetting, right? Look at my go. And then we get it. The classic Dream Theater sound we all have grown to love. A dramatic weeping guitar with the pianos and the strings behind it. It's just so soaring. That. We had been missing that. How Mike Portnoy supports John's solos is amazing. And then we, you know, it was the first chorus up here, then they got down, kept it that way in a change of key, and then they're just setting up for what's gonna happen. Come on, come on. Back to the roots, back to the tonic. There's Labrie. And the drums just going crazy and the crowd goes wild. Back to the main riff. This is an amazing track, you guys. This is just... I can't even... Like, it has hints here and there from Awake, from Train of Thought, but I think, and I don't want to get ahead of myself, but I think this is going to be its own new thing. And that is my reaction video, my real reaction video, without any judgments, without any you know, preconceived notions of what it was supposed to be. Just listening to the track for what it actually is. And I love it. I have to tell you, I think it only competes with On the Backs of Angels as a new single from the past albums, right? It's better than The Gift of Music. It's better than The Enemy Inside. It's better than Rite of Passage. It's better than Untethered Angel. So... it is better. I think my hopes were just so high, and that was unfair to them, that I wasn't really able to record an honest reaction video because I was so biased. So I preferred to do it this way, having listened to the song a couple of times, having understood what it really was that they wanted to say to us, and I think this is a perfect comeback. I can't wait to listen to the rest of the album. I think it is going to be a conceptual album. Maybe not like a story, but at least an overarching theme treating about insomnia and nightmares and all the good stuff. So, welcome back, Mike. We've missed you. Thank you so much for the music.